Look, will you just please? We have a category to see how quality out. There's only one thing that we can do. I think we've studied this situation long enough. I just want to get this over with.
These are people you're talking about.
Arnie knows that. He's not insensitive.
I'm not saying he is. It's just...
Look, it's up to us whether this company survives or not.
Arnie's right, Josh.
If it weren't for these folks, there wouldn't be any company.
I'm mindful of that.
Yeah, well, I don't hear you offering to do anything about it.
Look, I didn't create the situation. But if getting this company back on track means letting people go, then we've got to let them go.
I can't accept that. It's just not as simple as that. We do have an obligation to our people. We can't break faith with them.
Nobody's breaking faith with anybody.
We could provide outplacement.
I have no trouble with that.
I'm not sure outplacement is the whole solution, Arnie.
Well, what else can we do?
Well, I don't know. It's just that I know that it's not enough to hire some 25-year-old PhD to come in and touch up their resumes and help them draft a cover letter.
I agree. But the main thing here is how we navigate the organization through this crisis and do the right thing by the people who helped build this company, both the ones leaving and the ones staying.
You honestly think that we can reconcile those objectives?
Yes, I do.
I think we have to.
You think the rules of the game have changed that much?
They're still changing. They change so quickly, there's hardly any point in learning them. Think about all the things people go through today. Divorce, cancer, economic cycles, problems with their kids. Nobody controls these, and now we add this job thing.
It'll take more than a gold watch and a handshake to make it right, Arnie. I remember the last layoff we had. I just happened to be going by Hal Gray's office after he received his pink slip. The man was in his 50s, for crying out loud. His wife had MS. He had 3 children in college at the time. He had busted his hump for this company for nearly 20 years. His office door was closed. Arnie, Hal Gray's door was never closed. Not to anyone, for anything. And I heard sobbing. I could just taste the fear. I knew what was going through his mind. How am I going to cope? Is there a way out? Is my career over? We lay him off and he's ashamed. Some way, somehow, we have to let the Hal Grays know that they've done nothing to be ashamed of, Arnie. They're individuals. They have worth as human beings. They have to know. They need to know that there'll be a tomorrow. We can't just abandon them.
We have to think about the ones who stay, too. They need to believe that there's a future with us.
Sometimes I'm not sure I still believe in that anymore.
And that's my point. If we do this right, it says to our people, or to everybody, that we have matured enough as a company to face reality and to show some compassion. That hard-headed business and a social conscience are not incompatible.
Incompatible? They're essential to the future existence of our business.
So, what's your point?
My point is that maybe there are other issues here besides outplacement. What is the effect of downsizing on the people who stay with us? And will they stay with us very long once all this is over? And what about our stockholders? Will they hold on to our investment or will they bail out on us? And will our suppliers get nervous? Will we suddenly find ourselves doing everything COD? And will our customers take their business elsewhere?
Yeah, I'm beginning to see what you mean, Lucille. If there's a better way to do this, maybe we can mitigate some of the worst effects. That would help our profit picture if we could pull it off.
Why are we always so preoccupied with the profit picture? What about the people picture? That's just the sort of attitude that's destroying trust in corporate America.
I didn't mean it that way.
Yes, you did.
Look, this is hard on me too, Josh.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So, are we going to do outplacement or what?
I think we need to talk about it. I think we need to think about what's involved here.
We just have to do a better job than we did last time.
What was wrong with the way we did it the last time?
It didn't cut it. I want a program that will work.
Try to be just a little more specific.
It just has to do the job, that's all.
This situation's got you so upset, Josh. Do you have any real idea what you want this program to accomplish?
All right, look, I know I'm being somewhat vague, but it seems to me that there are a lot of issues to address here. Ideally, the program would offer people some support. However they needed some supporting, whenever they needed some supporting, until they're back on their feet again.
Ideals have their place, but in the real world, they usually prove to be impossible to achieve.
We have to start somewhere.
Josh, have you considered just how much your kind of program might cost?
Maybe you're right. Maybe I haven't thought through the details, Arnie, but I know this much. I don't want it to be one of these deals where you get 3 days on how to dress for success, some interviewing practice, a lick and a promise, and you're out the door. That's the sort of thing we had the last time we had a major layoff here.
We hired one of those Madison Avenue outplacement firms. We forked out a lot of cash, and all they did was herd our people through their group process. And a few weeks later, they disappeared.
When our people were hurting, those characters were nowhere to be found. I wouldn't put that on my worst enemy, and I'm not about to watch it happen here again. Damn it, Arnie, we have to do it right this time.
Obviously. You both have strong feelings about this.
Damn straight we do.
I agree that we've got to handle this with finesse. We need to handle this thing right. You know, it's touchy. We don't want the people that we keep to be ticked off at us. And we don't want the people that we let go to be too ticked off at us either. I don't want us to be fighting a lot of nuisance suits. With a little management, with a little compassion, we should be able to avoid making a bad situation that much worse.
I prefer to think in terms of making the best of it for everybody concerned. Transition management, I think, is what it's called.
Yeah, that's it, transition management.
Now that sounds like a whole lot more than just outplacement to me.
Just what does that sound like to you, Josh?
Well, it sounds like being there when people need you. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for however long it takes. Whenever they have questions, whenever they're feeling down, whenever they're hurting. Until it's all over, until they're fully recovered from the trauma. It's somebody with some real-world experiences, some genuine insights to share, not some pink-faced kid fresh out of grad school telling my people what it's like to have to go look for a job when they have half their working years already behind them. It's seasoned business counselors who can teach our people how to network, who understand that there's a grieving process involved, who get that there are families and communities affected by a thing like this. I want a firm that'll work with our managers and human resource people, train them, sensitize them. I want somebody here who will teach our people a system they can use, give them some planning skills, some life skills, some support.
You want a miracle. Hell, Josh, you want Moses.
I don't think we could afford him.
Oh, look. What I want isn't impossible. It's just professionalism. Professionalism and some humanity.
Yeah, as long as we're in fantasy land for the moment, I've got a few things on my wish list, too. I want minimum disruption. I want to know what's going to cost me up front, and I don't want to lose ground in productivity. The ideal scenario, to my way of thinking, is no bad publicity, no litigation, no vandalism, no sabotage, no trade secrets, growing legs and walking out the door, no trouble recruiting fresh talent, no problems. The heat would be off the company, off management, off everybody.
I think you can both get what you want. If we pick the right people to handle this.
This is going to cost a fortune, I can tell.
Not necessarily.
Lucille, seems you already have somebody in mind.
Yeah. Hey, have you heard of a firm that approaches outplacement this way?
There's somebody that does total transition management.
As a matter of fact, I have.
Yeah?
So?
Well, so I think we should call them.
What's the name?
Hitchcock. Hitchcock and Associates. They meet all the criteria.
Sally, get Hitchcock on the line, please. Thanks. Now, we can really get down to work.
The problem just isn't downsizing or right-sizing, nor is it termination or outplacement. The issues are change and transition. The answers are appropriate management and transition management. We at Hitchcock and Associates can show you creative ways in where we can take your problems and your issues and transform them into opportunities, and then take those opportunities and make them into success stories, into profits. We address the business needs of the corporation while fulfilling the personal needs of the employee, creating a sense of security for the employees who stay, as well as the employees who leave, as well as creating a sense of security for customers and investors. We know what it takes to make a difference in the lives of the employees we help. The employees have their own individual needs. They're hurting. They're in pain. They're not just numbers. And that's why we take those extra steps. We have a process for your employees that really works. And that process can strengthen your bottom line. We're committed and we truly care. And that's what sets us apart. At Hitchcock and Associates, we succeed where other companies fail, because those other companies are just outplacement firms. We go beyond outplacement. When I call your office, I hope you'll give me a few minutes of your time to allow us to explore together how we might be able to help you. Help you, your company, your employees, and your survival. I'm Terry Hitchcock. Let's talk.